The editor of Lawfare posted a memo by your department's top intelligence official showing that in Portland, DHS compiled intelligence baseball cards on protesters. This is something that in the past has been used for terrorists used in drone strikes. In the future, was it a mistake to, in retrospect, was it a mistake to take that approach?
Well,
the baseball cards?
So we have an open source program in our intelligence and analysis division that is tracking threats to the homeland and not necessarily individuals. Now, one of the instances I believe that you're referring to, once I became aware that individuals in our intelligence and analysis directorate were putting out information to our fusion centers, which is how we distribute our information to our state and local partners, about a leak in the department and identifying certain journalists or media types with that. I was not happy with that.
Yeah.
Put an immediate stop to that and make sure that we don't do that in the future.
So there's two separate things. Right. So the baseball cards of the protesters, you would do that again?
No. Again, what we're identifying are individuals time and time again that are targeting or using violent activities to target law enforcement or DHS facilities. Making sure we know who they are and making sure that we were able to understand what their motives are, that's our job. That's what we do. Now, separate and apart from that, I guess,
yes,
is what I was referring to, is then associating media and tracking certain media types or journalists. That is not what we do.
Yeah. So you stopped the intelligent reports on journalists. You ordered an investigation.
Right.
What have you found? How did that happen?
So the investigation's turned over to the Office of the Inspector General, which, as you know, is a separate entity to the department. So I won't receive that. But you were
unhappy. Like, I'm sure you said, like, what's going on here? How did that happen?
Absolutely. So I first became aware of this after a Washington Post story was published. I got on the phone that night trying to understand what it is. Not every story is accurate, so I wanted to understand the facts from the staff. And as I dug more,
even you found the facts disturbing.
As I dug more and more into it, I saw little to no intelligence value of what was being done. So that evening, I stopped that program. Turned it over to the IG, and then we're moving forward.
So from now on, are journalists off limits for your intelligence?
They have always been off limits. Just to be clear, they've always been off limits. Again, what we are targeting are not necessarily individuals. We are targeting threats or perceived threats or notions of threats or people, vocalizing that on social media and elsewhere. And so we're trying to identify that versus the individual.